Steve and Rye. The North East Footy Breakfast.
Right across the North East, the Red, the Cat and the Tin.
Well, let's get into it. The PGMOL audio has been made public of the VAR era, and it's incredible scenes, lads. It's incredible to see audio being released, and what chaos it sounded like it was.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, that audio is very damning. We've all agreed, you know, we need now to start looking at this and saying, right, look, enough is enough. Let's pause VAR. Let's get things right. Let's get the right people in control of it. Let's get everybody, you know, back to the drawing board. These are supposed to be the top people in our game. Well, if they're not getting decisions right, like a simple offside, and that was a simple offside, lads. If they're not getting that right, then, you know, there are serious problems, you know, with these people being in charge of our game. So for me, you know, I think you should play the footage, Dave. It just gives people an idea of what you know, what we're talking about here.
I think to be fair, they did get the decision right. That's the unique situation about this one. What they didn't get right was the communication between themselves. So a bunch of guys sitting around TV monitors at Stockley Park, just outside of Heathrow Airport, are looking at screens trying to confirm what they thought was the decision, which was actually completely 180 degrees out of phase with the decision that was made on the field. Yeah. You know, that was the problem. And I've split the audio into two halves here, just short of two halves, because everything is right, and it gives you a great insight to how VAR works. Everything is right in the first clip, and that first clip is the referee's following play. He sees two players tangle. He sees both of them holding each other, so he's not going to give a free kick. He then sees the ball played through. There's a question of offside, and then the guys get into the VAR action, which is, let's find the right frame that tells us when the ball was played, because that's when you judge offside. Then at that point, let's have a look at all the camera angles to get the best camera angle, to draw the lines on the pitch, to see whether the player's onside or offside. So all that is perfect, and that's what you're going to hear in this first clip. Here we go.
Oh, good. Both holding. Both holding.
Yeah. Leave it though.
Waiting, delaying.
Yes. Give it.
Coming back for the offside, mate.
Just checking the offside, delay. Give me kick point. Let's go.
Yep.
Kick point,
yeah,
please.
No worries, so here we are. Thank you. Wait, okay.
Just get a tight angle.
Yeah, give me 2D line ready after as well for frame 2 after that. That's fine.
Frame 2 there.
Perfect.
I've got the time on this. I clock
2D line on left boot.
Yep. Well, let me just switch angle. I think it might be this angle better.
Hey.
Happy with this angle?
You have good eyes, you don't.
Yep. 2D line on the boot.
2D line on the boot.
Yep. Okay.
Wait, no, wait.
So 2D line on the boot. I'll zoom
check
in.
complete. Check complete. It's fine. Perfect.
Yeah. Off.
Thank you, mate.
So there you go. That's the first chunk of the audio. Now, everything in there is 100% perfectly correct. The process, everything. So, you know, the challenge of the players, you can hear the referee blowing, actually. It's quite interesting to hear the audio from the referee on the field. And, you know, the referee's actually talking through the game as it's developing. Right at the very start, he's saying, you know, both of them holding. You can see both players holding each other's shirt, so he's not going to give a decision. Right the way through to, let's question the offside. So that's where he left the guys in the stand. What was not said in any of that 45 seconds of audio, while the game was happening, then the game was stopped, then they checked for offside. What wasn't said was what decision had been given at the stadium. Yeah. They didn't say the linesman's got his flag up for offside. We are giving an offside. We are ruling out the goal, guys. Can you take a look? None of that was said. So the referee's thinking, flag's gone up, I've blown the whistle. He actually says offside. That's all he says, one word. He doesn't say, I've given. He doesn't say, is it? So the guys at Stockley Park have had to make an assumption that they can't see the linesman's flag go up because it's not on TV cameras. So all they can see is the referee blowing his whistle, and they've seen the goal go in, and the referee blow his whistle and say, check for offside. They don't know what the referee's given. And that's what VAR is all about. VAR is all about looking for obvious errors. That's the easiest way to describe it. But they don't know what decision has just been given on the pitch. And now this is the second half of the audio. I think that the final words on that clip we've just played was something like offside, great, or something like that. It was something like, clear decision, great. So the referee's taken that as correct decision on the field. What the guys meant to say was, Yeah, great. It's clear. He's not offside. But nobody communicated that. Now, you're going to hear some bleeps here because, the language starts flowing in the audio and they've had to bleep it out. Now you'll hear where somebody spots, and it was one of the assistant spots, that they've restarted play with a free kick for offside. And that's the only point in time where the guys at Stockley Park realised they'd got it wrong. Yep. They thought the goal had been awarded. They were checking to make sure it wasn't offside. They were clear in their decisions and everything that they did in the build-up to it, that it wasn't offside, and they assumed the goal had been given, and that was good. You'll now hear them when they suddenly realise there's an issue.
Wait. The on-field decision was offside. Are you happy with this?
Yeah.
Are you happy with this?
Offside decision goal. Yeah. That's what it does.
What?
On-field decision was offside. Are you happy with this image? Yeah, it's onside. The image we gave is onside.
Left back.
He's gone offside.
Delay. Ollie's saying to delay.
Red throw.
Pardon?
Ollie's calling in to say delay the game. To complete the decision is offside.
Can't do anything.
Ollie's saying to delay.
Ollie?
Yeah.
Delay the game. Stop the game.
They've restarted the game.
From on the field.
They've restarted. Yeah.
Can't do anything.
No.
I can't do anything.
So there you go. So the first half, quite clear. Process worked. Everything was spot on. Yeah. They did their jobs 100% correctly. What was missing was that vital piece of information to say, decision on the field is offside. Look at it, guys. Then they would have known what they were looking at. So there's a complete cock-up with their communication from the guys on the field to the guys in the VAR room.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy for me as well? In cricket, right? For instance, I'm a big cricket fan. For every review, the third umpire goes through a standard process, right? For an LBW, you have front foot check, snicko, we have involvement of the bat, pitching outside leg, impact in line, wickets hitting. There's absolutely no room for mistake in cricket, right? And even with all this, the umpire's call or close decisions then become controversial still. But VAR in that match was just shambolic because there's zero defined process for me. The VAR referee didn't even know what the original on-field decision was. He remembered or was reminded that the on-field decision was the opposite of his assumption after he's already made the decision.
Yeah.
It's just schoolboy errors.
Yeah, it's
get rid of
the
it.
Communication. You're right. I mean, that's the first time I've listened to it in its entirety, and I feel a bit sorry for them, to be honest, because it is the communication that's letting them down. But you can hear the panic in their voice at the end there when they realise. So it's almost a complacency, Dave. It's a complacency on their behalf. It's lack of communication.
Yeah.
But almost like they have took their eye off the ball because it hasn't computed with any of them about what the on-field decision was. So it's almost like they've got a little bit too cocky. They've almost said, well, actually the technology takes care of this. It's human error. I mean, that's what it boils down to.
100% human error. And all it would take to get that spot on, and we wouldn't be having this conversation, and it's going to roll on because Liverpool are saying they're looking at what options they have to take more action. You know, all it would take is one of the on-the-field match officials just to say, on-field decision is offside, we're going to disallow the goal, look at it, lads. Or it would take one of the guys at Stockley Park in the VAR room, if they didn't get that communication and they were unsure, just to say, can you confirm what is the on-field decision? That's all it would take, and it never happened.
Yeah.
Steve and Rye, the Northeast Footy Breakfast.
The Cat, the Tune and the Red.